Mention Turkish teams, mention that they like to try and take this map control. Well, they're going very aggressive and also use it as a little fake. The bait and switch from Aslan as he'll take the first blood.
Absolutely wonderful to see such a bait and switch come in. Screams, though, thank you very much for the free orb. I'll take that. Something we will definitely notice a lot in this game is that there's going to be an absolute spam of orbs, but in the meantime, it's a spam of ghost shots going accurately into the face of Cryptics, putting another one down. Link and Yampy are the only two to make a difference right now for Liquid, as Link will try, turn around, finds the dink, but it ain't it. This leaves it down to the lonely but very skillful Finn. Here's a player just to his left-hand side, but look how they fortified that ground. Of course it is Yampy. He's taking shots from left, right, and center. Isn't sucked in yet, but has to take a long way around, and this is gonna be a clutch.
Even though they've managed to stack things up onto the C site, I just don't see a way that he's going to be able to avoid all of these remaining players. Decent read, but it doesn't matter. The advantage is always going to go the way of BBL. Correct. They've left AIM DLL with his utility into mid, but the pressure's still going to be coming in. Aslan just goes for the wide swing. Almost gets 3, but 2 will do. Making things already an awkward battle. No chance to bring any of those players back, and I feel like Scream has almost been cursed in the early stages. Has been wrecked in the pistol round, wrecked in the second round, and now has already fallen in the third.
This is where I would love to have a statistic. What's happening when Scream is not performing in the first 5 rounds? How does it go with Liquid? Unfortunately, can't tell you, but it's definitely dark times for Liquid, at least in those first 3 rounds. As you know, there is a buy. This is right now a buy scenario for them, playing mainly against Spectres and a Marshall. We're not done. That's not the thing. But 30 seconds left in the clock, Tom. It could be a better time, but here we go. Kiro actually whiffing the shot, and that's not as comfortable as you would expect. The Marshall's still up there. It's actually daggers being used, but whiffed by Russ, and suddenly the scenario seems somewhat doable. Spikes hitting the ground. The alarm bot knows that someone is flanking, and this is where the better weaponry comes in, because as mentioned, Russ has no more daggers left. 8 points of health. Now finally the Vandal in hand, but that retake ain't be that easy, because they still gotta make that move. Turret's gonna make it. Yeah, but it's MDLL actually getting the dink. I'm taking that one back. It looks possible. Cryptic's now gonna turn up. He does turn up. One more to the right-hand side. 8 HP. Make it 2 on Russ. And it is way too close for a full buy on Team Liquid. Not gained right now on the side of BBL. Shock Dart is not doing anything as well, but here he comes. Talked about it. Yampy's not finding that kill that I thought that he would easily get. And suddenly the retake's on. The B side that somehow works so good for BBL is still well defended. They're just holding the gate right now. Scream is doing Scream stuff. Still alive he is. And he's going for his ult. Means that he's quite okay with health. Still, Russ is definitely gonna fight him. There comes the smoke. The fuse might be just initiated, as though the fake. It's only just a few more left. That means Lego can try, can find one. Just does that, but window is still guarded by Cryptics.
The remaining players holding back, and the Seeker's expended in an attempt to maybe pick one off. The spray from Scream actually not going to be finding much, but it's Cryptics instead. The flash even catching his teammate, and they're just defusing. They've denied the first, but there's still plenty of players that could jump on Russ, and Lego finding kill after kill, and they're defusing this spike. The spam almost comes through. In fact, it does catch it. Is there time left for Russ? I think he's just about got it, and it will be the round to BBL. Nothing will come from it. We're also going to see the counter utility thrown out, and actually they hold him in with the Gravwell and slam him down with the shock darts. A lovely combo coming in from BBL, and that gives them a 2-man advantage in the retake.
And so they gravitate towards victory, that's for sure. Cryptics finds one, but he's trapped in that corner. Soulcast and Yampy man disadvantage, but individually Yampy is capable of doing so. Starts good, but truly he's losing his head a few seconds later. Excellent stuff again to once more find success. Here comes the divide. Aslan is joining. Here is his ult, and they're all spotted. It is Aslan finding one after another. Russ is joining that. Means Cryptics and Soulcast are the only two. Oh, Russ is actually saving it. And it's working again and again, the defuse in favor of BBL.
But there really isn't much fear. Now, straight away, with Cryptics getting so many kills in the last round, he's able to throw down the ult. Now, you can see that Russ is trying to play for this. In fact, it's actually Aslan going forward, but he gets caught out eventually, leaving things into a 3 versus 3. They actually also get one player detained, which is a little bit interesting. The push coming back through, and this time it's looking a little bit more dicey. They don't have the ultimates to clear out. They don't have those cheesy strategies to play through, and the crossfires working out this time. Lego, however, does manage to pick one from the heavens, but if they're gonna go for this, they need to move now, and instead they've opted just to make things costly, and Scream trying to clear them out, but it will still be every man falling for Liquid.
This is usually a free frag. This is usually where Scream Go Kill works so perfectly well, and Russ again
You should run.
finding the easy one. Scream eliminated as well. Both Killjoy ults are out. Sure, that's nice and great, but Cryptics doesn't stand a chance when there's also the ult
Oh no.
of Sova coming in. They're both sucked in, and they're detained now. This is so unfortunate. The last player. 6.7. So, yeah, this could be where the momentum shifts again. We saw it earlier on Icebox. Let's see if Liquid can do the same as FPX did. Russ is fully blind, still doesn't take a single bullet through that smoke. And as Russ and Co enter it, they still overcome the majority. It's only one man, it's Yampi. Unfortunately, he has not been so active throughout this game yet. As a Jet, you would usually expect him somewhere on top of the scoreboard, close or nearby, second place maybe. But this is now his chance. This is now his possibility to overcome the Turkish opposition, to be able to show that he is still here on the server, that he is still there to pick it up. And suddenly he gets sting, 20 points of health, a bit of the edge of the smoke. He was a bit on the edge of the corner. He can't find it. And the 4K from Russ in the pistol. When you take a look on the scoreboard, when you take a look at the previous few rounds, but this doesn't mean that it can't change. Like, oh, low HP eliminated. And they are still going for it. Kero definitely wants to find Yampi anytime soon, but they still gotta defend the side. First of all, Scream's eliminated, same in the meantime. Oh, I'm not sure at all. Now they definitely know where Cryptics is. The dart eliminated immediately, and there's Yampi finding a frag. This is the operator of the Finn, starting when needed, though he's already been taken out of the equation. Russ tries his best, but 1 point of health. Is it gonna be Link Fallen? Ain't the case. You predicted it, here it comes.
Finding any information about the depth of the site. Okay, screw the Blade Storm. Man, don't need it. Another pick onto Soulcast. We're gonna see Scream try and turn the tide. The run it back, going straight in. He's running into a stack of players. They were waiting for him. They were watching to try and find the peak, and Russ just goes alone. He is tearing them a new one. Every time they face his crosshair is another death for Liquid. And Cryptics, he's been the saving grace, the shining light. But he's gonna get nothing. See you later.
Well, sometimes you have to be ambitious to turn things around. Right now, it is Link who can turn things around. They pretty much line up for him. Unfortunately, it's not enough, but he dealt a good bit of damage. That is now going to be Cryptics having the possibility to make a change. I think the spike goes down either way. And here comes the run it back. Ain't enough. AIM-DLL can strike as well. 3 more seconds to make it different. It ain't happening. And now Kiro is actually fairly close. He made a good move. Still, it's not enough time. He finds that flick. Does he find the frag? It's not enough. Cryptics makes them stay alive. It's 6 more though. It is Cryptics again coming in, up from heaven. And as he's trying to take down Aslan, no chance. And this is where the nightmare continues. If Yampi doesn't find this,
No.
the flank is off. And this is where I believe we might have a game close, Tom.
I don't really see a way out of this. They're going to have to wait down the lockdown. They've got nothing to deny it. And Aslan, he doesn't even care. Still facing off against them, knowing the angles they'll be playing. And the Seekers, they're expended. They need it here. They need it now. Link, he'll at least be able to find one a second as well. It would need to be an ace for him to close this out. And he's brought it back to 3. The fact is, though, the time almost seems to be gone. He doesn't know where the remaining couple of players are, and even if he did, it would have been the Hunter's Fury to end it. BBL come in with a statement map. Now break it. Oh, that's not good. Shadow's giving away everything. It's an instant change of pace. The wall also going to be used to isolate Heaven. A smart play from them, but they got to clear both players from underneath. It is an instant trade, though. Only 1 kill going their way. The turret also watching for Soulcast that he has to break to be able to get back into spot. He's got a shock dart to try and clear out some of the lower angles. And actually, see you later, Kiro. He's gone too.
Excellent dart right here coming out of the bow of Soulcast. Now maybe they get a bit more information to finally get that retake going and start the momentum their way. And with this one, they should definitely know they're just waiting underneath. Oh, it's Lego who's not hitting his shot initially, but then he makes it work in combination with AIM-DLL.
Get the ult, make sure the operator's available for them, but look at the pace of BBL. They are looking to get right up in the face of their opponents, and some of them have already been scanned.
Way. I mean, that was a wonderful warming. Lego just up here there on his wall, elevated to take them all one by one. Man equalized it is. Russ also taken back into the equation, which basically is a big, big threat right here to Team Liquid. And Carol getting a lot of damage right here from the dart. Scream is at it again. It's now, though, Russ who might just change the pace of this game. Surely he has been the one who always brought BBL back into the place where they want to be. Find Soulcast as well. And this is where the Turkish Jet could show his masterclass, but not against Scream. The entry duo in form of Scream and Yumpy is revitalized. It would be amazing to see for Liquid. As for now, no chance. That is the paranoia for you. And this leads to a charge over to the A side. They definitely want to take control once more. Yumpy whiffing. And nothing else than Soulcast can do. Leaves it all to Link. But that's just pure power. Pure power, pure strength coming out of BBL. You can't do anything about it. That Turkish Colossus is just not to be stopped right now, really. I mean, you can't slam the brakes against them that easily. And as there's no stopping, Aslan gets a lot of room for free, seemingly not very much on the radar right here for Team Liquid. As he takes his ult to gain some control over on B, it's done with ease. And that leads to the possibility of a fifth, with not too many obstacles in the way. It is Scream within the Sheriff, Yumpy on his ult, but the daggers, will they make a difference? It would be now time to start that, otherwise it will be the fifth. First one out, that's Aslan eliminated, and Yumpy's going for more! He even finds the fourth!
Shutting him out of the round.
It's so wonderful how strategically just clearing the corners. In the meantime, Scream's like, you can put out your Isle drone, but I'll just pass over. Thank you very much. Frag has been granted. Team Liquid up by 2, but here's the whiff. Unfortunately, the Finn doesn't hit his shots for now.
Cover going out.
And that could bring us to a pretty B-side heavy attack. It definitely is. Soulcast has to back off slightly, but at the same time, the man still got his ult. And Hunter's Fury might just make a difference. As for now, Cryptix needs to make a difference. Could still have his lockdown. Not going to use it because he's going to be overrun any second soon. Caro's taking him out. And suddenly we're in a 3v3. Make it a 2v3 right here for Liquid.
Spike planted.
Well, you wanted the lockdown, you've got it. Scream. He's going to try and battle before, and actually, he's taken 2 with him. They're going to put the pressure onto AIM-DLL. He's being caught out by the Molotov, holding his ground, but he can't quite keep it. Expecting him to be in this corner, and will try and duck out. The spam, not bad. Doesn't get anything. It's the no-scope, but the trade. And now the attack have 2 players to deal with within this site.
Ridiculous stuff, really. Yampy taken out, DLL back in the game. Cryptix tries his best, but Soulcast is here to assist. And the back and forth goes on and on. They know where Sova stands. The only issue right now here for the boys from Turkey is the spikes on the other side of the wall. They can't just run to A. No chance. And it could be possibly that they're waiting right now for the dart. Here it comes. They know nobody's on side, and that should give them exactly the idea where they are. Missing him by a millisecond, but Lego knows.
This time's not going to be able to afford the operator. He does have a cheeky blade storm instead. Scream going to be pushing all the way through. Drops 1 and a second as well for Scream. Looking to take this round into his own hands. The Molotov smartly used, and Yampy, well, want to make sure that he has something maybe a little bit extra alongside that blade storm. This is so much information. Only 2 players remaining, and they've already got a fast flank. The push going to be coming in, and there's Molotov also into the corner again. Nothing that Kiro could do. Scream has dominated this round.
What BBL can bring to the table once we head over to the defender side. Ruz now knows how to hold the W key, and this is so goddamn good from the Turkish Jet.
Oh,
no way!
Okay, see you later, Aslan. He's going to be feeling that one for a few days. And the spam through, it's basically paper. That's what you're looking at right now. It may be the illusion of a wall, but it is paper on the other side. Now we're seeing the spike planted. A few low players on the other side. Russ on 11 HP could definitely be an issue, and there's no after plant positions really. They're just all stuck in the back of the site. There's no Molotov, unfortunately, for Scream, so he won't be able to force them out this time. And already AIM DLL is making things awkward. The swing gives Yumpy a way back in, and now Scream looks to make his move. The sneak back, a double headshot from Scream. But they don't know about the man in the corner. Link gonna be peeking. He's still dinked by Russ, even though he was dashing away. That's the spike down as well, Zesh. This is already an issue for their side. And with both players dead, they're actually gonna be trying to wrap him from behind. Russ already with his third kill of a round. They've managed to hold him down for the majority of this map, but it seems like he's looking to shine.
It seems like Lego's standing anti-flash. Yeah, it definitely does seem so, and it works perfectly. One taken out, that is Scream, and there is the wall. Yeah, it's gonna be eliminated within seconds. Does he find Soulcast? No, he doesn't, but look how much he slows them down. This is not only the wall, but they're also slowed in the ice. Good information for sure, as Russ is there with his rifle. He most definitely is able to do more with that, but look at it. The dart is perfect. Yumpy's also joining that one. And with 19 and 92 points of health, I don't know if there's too much impact left. Surely there is. When Russ is on the score, when Russ is on the battlefield, yes, there is still something to do, but leave Soulcast far away from the pack. His ult is ready to deny it. And here comes a drone, here comes the wall, and this seems to be a bit of a mistake. Scream only finds one, and as Yumpy sees the legs of AIM-DLL, that is very valuable information. As Soulcast puts his dart in there, it is the young Finn striking, and there's not much more to do. The lead is in the hands of Liquid.
Now, they have actually dedicated Aslan into the site this time. We saw them giving it up, but now he's going to come under pressure. Needs to kill off Scream, it seems, but instead, actually, he ignores him and waits for Yumpy. It's still only going to be a one and done, but Link falls at the same time, and Scream, he just about gets away with that one.
And further, they're all just coming from the same position. Second Nana Swarm is in, and he tries to elevate his teammates. Does so, but this is just right now a shooting gallery that has opened up. Kara eliminated. A 2v2 it still is. And Soulcast and Scream, they want to deny it. Here comes the flash, no more vision, and only one man. AIM-DLL will try, but it might be the 11th. It is the 11th for Team Liquid.
And Aslan is actually still just on the edge of it. I don't know if they're going to clear this angle. It's slightly up, but Soulcast is ready for it. The trade's coming back and forth. They need to get onto the site. And Russ realizes if he can find a kill here, if he can deny the plant, it could be everything. He's going to be tapping through the wall, forcing Yumpy off the angle. And with both remaining players isolated to the site, we're in the same retake again.
Absolutely nasty stuff, and Scream is back at it again, but now it's only down to Karo. Shot whiffed, and this is giving him a lot of movement freedom. But he's not expecting Ling to just wait. Very slow approach, though. They have been stalled massively. And it's down to Russ now to make a difference. Though the Turkish side fairly wounded, they find still a few frags left, right, and center. And it's Russ who somewhat brings it back. This only leaves it to Link, as well as to Cryptics. One of them on 46 points of health. You talked about it being as thin as paper, and this seems to be where Russ was trying to abuse it. It ain't happening right now. Wanted to deny that nano swarm, but it ain't happening, and it's surely Russ we have all our eyes on, because he usually was the component in that wonderful working machine of BBL that was working without any malfunction. It's him alone who can withstand the pressure. 13-8. Liquid are back. Here's the flank, but is it making a change?
I'll see you later, Link. That's already one man to the good, but Yampy's still going. We know how powerful he can be in these pistols. Cryptics has the cross and manages to drop one. It leaves just a couple of players remaining, trying to bring this back for the side of BBL. We know the momentum they were able to garner off pistols in map number 1. AIM-DLL has already dropped another, but it's left with Scream and Soulcast separated by a multitude of the side. Russ already manages to peek off one, but the problem is the time. He needs Scream to peek him, and he will, and it doesn't matter in the end. Scream.
And it's just gonna be a matter of seconds until Yumpy is dashing on the side. No chance. Man's blind, and Lego doesn't stand a single one. Here is coming. Nothing else than a few blades in your face, but Russ is still alive. The component that was keeping BBL on high ref on Haven wasn't showing too much over there on Ascent. Spikes down, the buy is in right here, Tom.
Still going strong. Soulcast finding info. The peak actually gives him that close range battle which he desired, and they need to clear him out of this spot. They know as well that there's gonna be the lineups ready. This is where Cryptics can come into play. Gonna try and pull out the header to maybe deny it, but they're looking to get it halfway at least. This gives Russ a chance in the clutch, and eventually Cryptix is gonna have to go for the peaky. Here's the tap back onto the spike, and Russ hits the headshot. Didn't even need to push his opponent. Cryptix came to him. They should know that there's a player in this corner now. Russ only going to be good for one. He's got Lego alongside him. Actually, he ends up running out of bullets. That's unfortunate. And now Scream's going to come running through the blast pack, trying to throw him off, trying to kill off that ult before he gets anything. Will he find him in the last second? No. And actually, the pushback through from Lego couldn't have been better on the timing. Luckily, Link, Clutch King, has returned once again. Had to avoid the shock dart due to his low HP. And now, more importantly, they're going to go rotating back. But look at DLL. He's so ready for anything that was thrown at him.
Got to start sprinting at one point, and as he's now trying to take the spike behind him, DLL will come out.
Dirty.
Really is. Extremely valuable ult. That is very much deciding every sort of outcome. And this is Scream for you. And I mean, this is the Scream type of aim. He doesn't see a thing, but he can identify you due to your tracers. Your own fault, but man's blind. That's paranoia for you. Kiro is not making a move, though. Pretty much intimidated by the Belgian. But that is Scream. Again and again and again. He will strike. Adil is not to be stopped, and the aiming machine from Belgium is taken out at one point. Russ still tries. He's on a double. That could make much more, and it could be the third for BBL. He's solving it, but here's the molly, and that's nasty, but that's exceptionally good. And you mentioned quite well, they still adapt differently to not playing with a sentinel. Here you see the orbital strike coming in, and this obviously gives them some freedom because the bathroom players can't escape. They are aware where they stand, but this is Russ with the no-scope. Man only needs left mouse button for it. As our Cryptix still shines. Another with no-scope? Nope, make it a quick one. 3 frags found. The quad is just around the corner, but DLL is stealing it.
Yumpy trying to make sure that nobody can make the same risky play through the smoke. Instead, Link's caught out by the Hunter's Fury, and they're trying to now use it to catch anybody on the other side, but without the plant down, they're going to have to try and re-aggress. Luckily, Soulcast has already picked off one.
I've got your trail.
Didn't spot Jet. That's what it feels like for me. Now he's moving over, and it seems like that judge actually delivered a verdict, bringing it only to 2 more. Russ as well as Kero could very much make the difference, as that close range operator is going to be very interesting to watch. They're running out of time, that's for sure, and out of options as well. 15 more seconds until you get the recon bolt, but if that's even going to be used, that's a different sort of thing. On the other side of the wall, it would have been Yumpy, but I think he just got him here through the wall. Soulcast, low HP on site, is not going to be found. He's going to make the change, and Russ will try, but if he's even surviving that, I don't even know. 5,000 credits in his hands. And you either run, and you run fast, or you try to go for the retake, but that ain't happening. Save that thing.
Yeah, just to make sure of it, they're going to throw the final snake bite down. I think that's the reason he exits there.
And they'll enter. Here come the brimstone smokes. Russ will try. Low HP he is, and he might be just killed in the process. Aslan with what a frag through Soulcast, as Russ at the same time is not whiffing at all. Cryptix eliminated, but still 5 players. Okay, make it 4. Now back alive. Scream taken out of the equation. And that's good information gained. As though Russ comes around, that could be Link eliminated, and that is also Cryptix out. No, it ain't happening. The Daggerstone hit, and as they try their best, surely it's good information gained, but is it gonna make a difference is the question. DLL can't just easily push through this. He's low HP. Soulcast assists Scream, and Lambs belongs to Liquid. 6-4, and the 8th is in range. Perfect tool when you're low on money and you try to take close range fights. Yumpy's out. And this is the man advantage right now. They try to push the side. Russ doesn't even stand a chance. A very valuable weapon pretty much put away. And suddenly the distraction is big. The distraction is massive. It seems like they're all just trying to push Hookah and take the room. But DLL is still there. Tries to make it work with a wall bang. But that spike's down now.
Aslan does manage to bring it back. both players split in their positions, and guess what? They're setting up for the afterplants once again. A couple of snake bites available. Cryptics with his lineup, but they're already on this defusal. They've got to be careful here, sticking it down to just halfway, as now that extra utility starts to land, but they're not going to be able to stick it for long. Paranoia will hold the remaining players back, but they need to try and deny any further pushes, and with a second snake bite, there's so much damage being done. Cryptics will just hold it down. Oh no, I wonder if that actually counts as a kill for Soulcast. Russ, they've got this flank through very quickly, so they're still going to be able to have hookah control. They managed to clear this in the early stages, but because of that flank, they've just gone rotating all the way back. The teleporter used to their aid. Now they've left Scream behind to deny any rotations back in that direction. Aim DLL in a good spot, but he can't do anything versus Cryptics. The afterplant is going to ensue once again, and should we just call it here? Because BBL have struggled in these scenarios.
Yeah, and it seems like Russ is hearing you, and yeah, well, I don't agree with you, Tom. He's gonna continue, but he can't finish it, because then, again, it's snake bite, and it is the left click from the classic.
This is the bait and switch, and it's actually both the players with the frenzies. There goes the escape. Now they bait for Scream, and this is where he just gets that double kill. The worst thing as well, if they want to push through this, they have to then take the huge amount of damage that you know you receive, so instead, they're gonna go wrapping back. And actually, this time, that could be the play. There's not anyone there. Soulcast has been caught off, turning it into a 3 versus 3, but they've got to get onto this site, and they've got to do it fast. Aim DLL is doing a great job, and actually, he's baited them into confusion. They're not sure where this has gone down, and it will take them some time to get into position once again.
Both players don't have any abilities left, so it's nothing that they can use to support their attack right here than just their pure firepower, and that individual performance, that individual prowess is now needed. Well, it ain't happening. Quick one to finish it. Of course, Scream is on the Guardian. And talking about him, the weapon that is just pretty much tailored to him. Unfortunately, though, that's not the old Bucky, but this is the judge. And uh-oh, it seems like they ended up in court. Sentence spoken, 9-5. And the Seekers are not making it any easier for BBL.
Information garnered, and in fact, Russ already being dropped. Lego also gonna pop the showstopper. Try and clear someone else, but they're getting slaughtered. Just nothing really being done. 30 seconds left as the ultimate ends finally. But they've taken a lot of damage in response, and they have not got rid of Yampy just yet. He's been here since the beginning of the round. Scream still alongside him, looking to try and deny the plant, but Kiro's still holding. Another player dropped, maybe an opportunity. This round was looking rough. Waiting for the rotation to come in for the remaining teammates, and that's a player dead. There's nothing that Aslan can do to escape that one. Also clearing the corner. That was so methodical from Liquid.
They're approaching the side of A. Russ first, as the point man is trying to find anything. Gonna be eliminated. Scream and Cryptics are absolutely ready. And Scream, with that spray control, puts it only down to Kiro. Man doesn't stand a chance. The 12 is on the board. Liquid is around the way from advancing. That is the spike, and you know, that player, it was Lego, who was just hovering above the head of Soulcast, was killed by Link, so you can thank him, as Soulcast just might make the difference. The triple is in for him, the quad just might come next, and that is Sky, not finishing the case, but Yampy does it. A beautiful finisher, and Liquid with the 13-6 win, this is one they were looking for. That looked proper solid.